it's me, Dammy. So far on my channel I've basically just been uploading bits and bobs of what I get up to, usually doing travel vlogs of all my recent vacations, but I thought I'd start doing something a little bit new. I love theatre, I go to the theatre all the time. I have a radio station which is all about musical theatre, so I thought maybe I'd start vlogging my theatre trips. So today I'm off to see Aladdin at the Prince Edward's Theatre, so I'll just be vlogging the day, maybe do a bit of a review after and just see how it goes. So one train journey later and a tube and I'm finally in London. It was a pretty stress-free journey. I had to take the Central line, which I don't really like because it's so hot, but that's nothing new. And according to Google Maps, I'm about 5 minutes away from the theatre, so it's all going really well. So yeah, that's about it. The sun's shining, which is nice. It's not that cold at all. So I've just arrived at the Prince Edward Theatre. It was really straightforward to get here. I've never actually been to this theatre before. Before it was home to Aladdin, it was home to Miss Saigon, which I unfortunately never got to see. So sad about that, but I'm here to see Aladdin, so I'm still excited. I'm just about to go in, but I'm not going to be allowed to film inside, obviously. So I'll let you know how it goes. So it's the interval and so far I'm having such a great time. It's so good. It's so fun and exciting. I haven't actually seen Aladdin before. Considering I love Disney so much, it's kind of strange I haven't seen it. So it's kind of exciting to be able to watch a musical and I don't know what's going to happen next. Of course I know the songs, but I don't know the plot, so it's enjoyable so far. So I'll do a proper review after the show. So I've just left the show and immediate impressions, I really enjoyed it straight off the bat. The finale was incredible. It was so rousing and exciting. I'm just walking to, excuse me, I'm just walking to the stage door right now. Hopefully I can meet some of the cast and be the ultimate fangirl. Video up.
Oh, hey, hey video.
I didn't mean to make a video, but it's a video now. I've just got back home from London, so I thought I would now give my proper overview of Aladdin and what I thought about it, and just a bit more detail than I gave earlier, just coming out of the theatre. So Aladdin's been out for quite a while now. Usually when a show comes out I'm really excited about it and I want to get tickets as soon as possible. Like when Memphis came out, I got tickets straight away. When Funny Girl came out, tickets straight away. But with Aladdin, I wasn't as excited about it. So that's why I've only just seen it now. And I've had a lot of mixed reviews about it. It tends to be my musical theatre type friends haven't really enjoyed it as much, and usually the type of friends who don't really watch musicals or aren't really like musical theatre lovers tend to really love it. So I think it's a bit divisive in that way, but I personally, overall, I really enjoyed it. So straight away from the overture, it's really good. It's really exciting. The minute the genie comes on stage, he's definitely the star of the show. When I saw it, I didn't actually, I've got the program in front of me, I didn't actually get to see Trevor Dion Nicholas do it. I was really sad about that, but I got to see Leon Craig do it and he was incredible. I didn't actually realise I wasn't seeing the original genie playing it, because usually I can be like, I don't really like this person, but he was great. I think it's so difficult to be a swing and swing through different characters. Oh, my finger's in the way. To swing through different characters, and he did a really good job of it. So right from the overture, I was excited. I made a few little notes through the show because I'm a professional. I'm joking. So I'll talk about like the more abstract things first, such as costume and lighting and the set. So I recently wrote an article about like how production members and the production team are the unsung heroes of the theatre, and for Aladdin that really encapsulates that notion. The lighting, the costume and the staging really did make the show. Even if you don't like the content of the show, just for the costumes alone, it's worth seeing. The lighting had these gorgeous orangey, purpley hues to the stage, and it just felt like you were in the Arabian deserts. It was absolutely incredible. It's phenomenal. They actually they've won a few. They've been nominated for a few awards. That's not going to be the right way around, but it's not the right way around. But Greg Barnes is nominated for Best Costume Design. Bob Crowley is nominated for Best Set Design, and Natasha Katz is nominated for Best Lighting Design. And I will probably be going online to vote for them because the lighting and the costume, like I've never seen a show where I'm focused so much on the costume. The costume was incredible. Like they had these amazing sequins and sparkles, and the light just caught them so perfectly that you just had this luxurious, this rich feel of it that just made me just think of being in the desert. It was absolutely phenomenal. So the set and lighting was just delicious. So just to emphasize how good the costume set and lighting was, I'll just show you some of the souvenir brochure that I bought, and it just really showcases this. So just how incredible is that? That's just amazing. So I'll just flick through just so you can get a feel of the colours. It was just an absolute treat for the eyes, to be honest. Yep, Aladdin. Let me just find my favourite scene. Oh yeah, I think that's it. Like, just look at it. This is where Aladdin goes into the cave, and you can just see all these golds. Oh, it was just so beautiful. The genie, more genie in Aladdin. Just the ensemble, just smashing it, and you can just see the set. You can just see how it just all brings it to life. Flick through. Ooh. So let's get back to the actual cast. So I'll just insert in a little clip right now of the actual cast that I saw when I went to go see it. I took a little picture of that. I didn't get to see all the originals of it. I got to see the original Aladdin, which was really good, but I didn't see the original Jasmine, which was played by Jade Owen. I didn't get to see the original Genie, which was played by Trevor. But like I said, I was not disappointed by the understudy of Trevor. He was just as good. I wouldn't have known any better. He was amazing. I got to see the original Sultan, but I didn't get to see the original Jafar or the original Iago. But I still thought all the understudies that I saw were really good and really really talented. I didn't really warm to Aladdin straight away. I just thought he would be more impressive. I thought his vocals at first were quite weak. I didn't really think the onstage chemistry between my fingers are on the screen again. Between Jasmine and Aladdin was that great at first. However, when Aladdin sung, what song was it? Proud of Your Boy, I immediately started to warm to him a bit more. I started to get into it a little bit more. He sang that incredibly. But one of the biggest disappointments of the musical would have to have been, what's the song again? Let me just get the So these are the musical numbers in Aladdin. So some of them, if you know the movie, which I hadn't actually seen, you would have known most of the songs. But there are still a few new ones. Um, so A Whole New World. Yep, classic song. Let's talk about that. Okay, let's start with the positives first. Visually, A Whole New World was incredible. Couldn't fault it. Absolutely amazing. The stars were twinkling. They had the magical carpet which moved so seamlessly. It was incredible. That was all perfect. I just couldn't fault it. It was beautiful. But the actual vocals and the actual singing of A Whole New World was just overly underwhelming. Like, I really liked the song. As a theatre kid myself, I've heard people sing it so many times. Every audition song, A Whole New World, every musical review, someone sings A Whole New World. So I've heard it so many times. I just thought it should have been a bit more special, and it really wasn't. My favourite numbers were actually Friend Like Me by Genie. That was wow, that was one heck of a number. That's when I think that's the turning point in the music where I was like, wow, this is actually really good. The Genie really just brings the show to life. It had so many witty references in it. There was a tap number. It was so lovely. But that wasn't actually my favourite number, which is probably unusual. My favourite number was probably Prince Ali and High Adventure. High Adventure was sang by Babkak, Omar and Kasim, and I had the understudy for Babkak, and it was played by a woman, and she was she was the diamond in the rough for my show. Like, she was amazing. She was everything. I loved her. And the fight scene in that was lovely, and the song was really enthusiastic and really upbeat and really rousing, so I really liked that. So a lot of the time when I've heard of Aladdin, people refer to it as a pantomime, and I don't really like pantomime, so shh. But I think to call it a pantomime would actually fail to miss the nuances of it. There were definitely elements that were pantomime-esque, like the subplot between Jafar and who was with Jafar? I always forget. Jafar and his sidekick. Apologies, I'll insert the name there afterwards. The sidekick was incredible, but Jafar, he wasn't bad, don't get me wrong, he wasn't bad, but he just played into every stereotypical baddie role. I half expected them to start booing and hissing when he came on stage, and I'm just really not about that life. It just felt like that part, like that subplot felt like a pantomime. I felt it could have been, that role could have been done in a better way that didn't make it feel as cheesy, but that didn't ruin the show, and I wouldn't refer to it as a pantomime because there was nothing amateurish about the show. It was definitely high caliber. What else did I want to talk about? I usually also don't like it when actors break the fourth wall when they're performing, and the Genie did that a lot. He'll be like, "Hi guys," but I'll make an exception for the Genie because I really like the Genie, and he did it in a really good way. It was a really well done, and I think that aspect of it will be really dependent on the audience you have. I had a really good audience who were really engaged, but I can imagine if I didn't have a really engaged audience, then it would have been a bit awkward. So those are the bits of the detail that I remember from it, but overall I really enjoyed it. I give it a big thumbs up, not 2 thumbs up, but just 1 thumbs up. And I would definitely advise you go see it if you want a fun show to watch. I just finished a bunch of my exams and essays, so it was a really nice break from it all. Didn't really have to think much, could just absorb it and enjoy it. But if you want something that's a bit more conceptual, or if you want something with a really deep storyline, because musical theatre can offer a really deep storyline and something that's really like pivotal and groundbreaking, I don't think that would be Aladdin, but it was still nevertheless a good show, and I really enjoyed myself. So those are my thoughts. Comment, let me know what you thought if you've seen it, and if there's a particular show you want me to go see and review, then just let me know and I'll go see it. Any excuse to buy tickets to see a show. The next show I will be reviewing is, I think it's Book of Mormon or Kinky Boots, but I'm not sure. But next week I'll have another video up as well. Thank you.